And we're live. Thank you for coming. So I had 7. Somebody's in and out a little bit, I guess. And 7 watchers. Thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Cindy and I work for VIPKID. And this is a live video to connect with my other VIPKID teacher friends. And I hope you like my background. I am famous for changing things out, and there's a story behind this background I wasn't going to use at one point in time, and I decided, you know what, I'm pulling it out. I like the flowers, I like the birds, it brings color. I like my rainbow that brings hope, and spring is coming, so it's all here. It's all here. Thank you for coming. Micah was first. Thank you for coming. He lives way out somewhere, and what, you 2 hours behind us or 3 hours behind us, so it's early for him. So thank you for coming. And Esther, thank you for coming. And Amy and Laura J, thank you for coming. Hello, Casey and Evelyn. Danny, hello. Yes, thank you everyone for coming. We're up to 8 and 6 likes. Wow. All right, well, today I have a few things I wanted to talk about. First of all, since I have a Facebook iPad group, I wanted to talk a little bit about the iPad for teaching. And I want to make sure that, I don't know if there might be some people new here, you can use an iPad for teaching. Now, when I first started with VIPKID, I had a computer that I was using. It wasn't really, it was, I don't know, it was a low end. It was a good computer, but older computer, and so it wasn't working well to connect to China. And I pulled up my iPad and it worked. And this is what I had for the first 1,000 classes. So make sure if you have an iPad, you can use it for your classes to teach, or you can use it as a backup. And make sure you have the HD app. And now I would recommend that you would have the HD app for teaching, as well as the teaching app, which is kind of like your phone. You can also use this for, this one you can use for like doing your feedback and stuff like that. So I did make a video about doing feedback on your phone, which is really cool, because if you're in a hurry and you want to do your feedback on your phone in between classes, I found that that's a lot easier than like if you're on your computer going from one to the other. And if you just pull out your phone, you can type the feedback on your phone by going into the Teach app. And you can also do this on your iPad, and you go to the VIPKID Teach app, and then you're going to go to your to-do list, and you're going to find out what you need to have done, and then you can press on edit, and then you can add your feedback. Now, my video, I showed you by typing, but you can also, I had so many issues with the PC app this morning, so may have to invest in an iPad. Yeah, a lot of people are using that at least as a backup to have 2 ways of getting onto the the classroom, right? I mean, that's what I say. You should have 2 ways, even if it's 2 different computers, because, you know, something could happen to one computer, or not. If you don't have an iPad and you have 2 computers, have 2 computers ready until you can get yourself an iPad. There are some pretty good deals. You don't have to get the top of the line, you know, iPad Supersonic. You can get the little bit couple levels down. I have an iPad Air and it works fine. But I wanted to share today that you can also talk to text. So if you press on your, you know, you get your cursor going, and then you press on the microphone here. Thank you for booking with me today, period. Peter did an excellent job with this lesson, period. Today we talked about hobbies, period. He told me that his favorite hobby is basketball, period. We had a great time talking about hobbies today, period. I would love to see Peter again in my classroom, period. Please follow me on the VIPKID portal and Watch for my available open teaching times, period. Thank you for a great class, period. See you next time, period. With love and respect, comma, your teacher, Cindy BBL. That's your teacher, Cindy. Sometimes you have to put in your own letters, and then you have to kind of go back and you have to check the grammar. And then you press done, and then you press next, and then you're going to do the same thing for the teacher one. Hello. No, I'm not going to say that to the teacher. Sorry. It's copying me. So I'm going to go back, and when I do the teacher feedback, I usually will say, like, if the kid struggled, or if the kid had some problems, or if the kid was amazing, I might tell the teacher that, have some extra, extension ideas of ready and available. Peter's favorite hobby is basketball, period. Needs encouragement to speak fluently, period. FAS, and sometimes I'll put in the Google Slide Reward, and that's copying what I'm saying. So when I put in the Google Slide Reward, I kind of do that for the other teachers. So maybe if they want to use Google Slides and I've already used the hobby Find a Star, then, they can pick something else. Or even for myself, if I can look at it and I say, okay, I already used that reward, I'll do something else next time. And then you can just press it on the kid's level, and then you're just going to go ahead and put in your assessment, academic performance, and then you're just going to, I really like the phone because you can just kind of like press the dots, press your 5 stars, and if you want to talk to the LP, you can go ahead and do the same thing to the LP. I very rarely do that unless it's like, if it's trials, I will. And it's submitted. It is all done. And that was a new student to me today, and that I just did that feedback on my phone in front of you. That was actual live demo. So this is a great resource. I know that a lot of people take their feedback seriously, and you don't want to just do it, haphazardly and stuff. But there are times when you're in a hurry, or, there's different circumstances you just need to get it done. And sometimes that is an option. So I just wanted to go ahead. Thank you so much, Danny. I wanted to go ahead and show you how you can do that on your phone. And yes, you can go back in with your computer. Usually what I do, my usual procedure for feedback is to go ahead and wait till all my classes are done. I go back, I check through all the slides. I will put in a little bit about what we did. I will always say like something really good about the student. They were attentive, they were enthusiastic, they participated well, they showed mastery of the lesson. I see you just clicked it to 8. Oh, cool. Thank you. And hello, Sarah. And so I wanted to go ahead and share that with you because I know there's a lot of new people, and some of these things, there's so many things to learn. I thought that might be helpful to someone. I've had I've done a few classes, and then I'm on the run going somewhere, and maybe an appointment of some sort, and then I have to hurry up and get it done. And having my phone available has been a really good tool for me. And then today I tried it in between classes to just get one done, and it worked really well. So that would be through your regular app. You just press on the app, and then when you see your to-do list, then you'll find the ones that you still need to have done, which is really nice. And you can also do that on your iPad. And I just want to share for iPad news that you need to make sure you have the HD app. If you have an iPad and you're planning on using it for teaching, please, please, please make sure that you have the HD app. Now, this page right here is a page you'll come to. It shows you all your classes for the week. 30 minutes before class and 30 minutes after class, this will be red. When it's red, you can press on it, I think. Oh, this is 12:35. No. Oh, that's tonight. Oh, interesting. That is very interesting. Usually it's not red until 30 minutes before the class. So you never know what's going to happen. It says the iPad app does not support school class project, rural education project, international, mock, or open classes. To teach these classes, please download the desktop app, and you can't do it on your iPad. Okay, and then also, you can't do those level 1, the new level 1s on your iPad either. And then they say some of the trials. But some of the trials, the kids don't have the upgraded IT equipment either. So that's hit or miss. So do you use headphones with your iPad? That's a good question. I have AirPods, and so I use my AirPods for my iPad. When I first started, I had a set of headphones that I only have this jack right here, and I just put in the sound so I could hear the student, but my voice would be picked up by the iPad. So you kind of have to talk loud to the iPad to make sure that they get you clearly. But there are different options, and you can go on to my Facebook, the iPad users Facebook group, and you can see all the different ways that people do it. And different iPads have different capabilities. Are you able to use ManyCam and Google Slides with an iPad? No. You cannot use any of those things. It does not have the AR stickers either. All right, so this is going to be just your basic class, and you have to be the fun. So that's why on my iPad users group, I share a lot of different rewards that you can use with the iPad so that you don't feel like you are missing out. Honestly, I use the AR stickers sometimes, but I found that a lot of times they are a distraction. So, they are fun and I do enjoy them, but a lot of people on my iPad users group don't even care because sometimes it causes a little bit of, glitching with your computer, the more stuff you're streaming through it. So there are a lot of people on my group that say, I don't care. I don't want the AR stickers. I just want to teach the class and get it done. And it's very reliable. My first 1,000 classes was on the iPad and I never had a teacher IT. And there have been many times that people have said their computer is malfunctioning. I need to use my iPad, and the iPad has saved the day. So I like both. I'm not saying that I only do iPads ever, forever and ever. Amen. But if that's all you want to use, it's going to work well. And if you want to use a computer and use it as a backup, that's a really great idea. I am purchasing a brand new computer system because my PC is getting old. Any recommendations for a new computer? Yeah. Oh, I've been looking myself, and I've been looking around. I have a MacBook Pro. Mine is a Groupon, and so it was less expensive, but I did have a lot of problems with it. And I had a friend that completely reworked my entire computer. So I guess if I had the money, I would do Mac. I love the Mac program, but I've seen a lot of good ones out there. I was heading towards getting a gaming computer, but everybody's different. Depends on your budget and what you like. But Teacher Heather, I love our MacBook Pro. We use it for everything, TV watching and all. The thing I really like about this is an older MacBook Pro. I think it's a 2012, but it's upgraded now it has an SSD card, and it's got all the new stuff. It's got the Catalina working well. The thing I really like about it is the entire casing is really sturdy. Some of the newer computers are so, like, maybe they have more specs to them, but they're so flimsy. And so that's why I was kind of looking at the gaming ones. They seem way more just totally, sturdy. And we use these things every day a lot. Yeah. Mac in general, though, lasts so long. Good quality. Yeah. So hi, Danny. Definitely Oh, night. Just finished 20 classes, Marianne. Oh my goodness. Wow. Mindy, I have a Dell touchscreen and it is doing well. Awesome. Yeah, I love your videos, Mindy. So whatever you're doing is working. So that's the thing I like about my Mac is that it is sturdy. It is taking the efforts that I'm putting into it. I really like it. Mine was a Groupon, but I would not have it right now if it weren't for a miracle friend that helped me out. So HP touchscreen, awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of different ones out there. It's hard for me to recommend, but it depends on your budget and what you can do, you know. Micah has, I can't remember what he told me he had, but I looked into the one he had, and it looked really good too. And so, yeah, I like mine. Mine's the only thing I don't like about mine is it's a smaller one. If I could get a bigger one, I would really like it. So the next thing is maybe looking into hooking it up to a bigger monitor. Because I don't use Cam Twist or the Manny Cam or anything, and I feel like my screen is kind of small for all of that. So that was my thing. That's why I wanted a computer so that I could do the Manny Cam. And so anyway, that's how it goes. So back to the iPad. If you have the HD app, you're going to have one page that is for your classes, and then you're going to press the home button and you're going to go to, this is going to load your portal. Okay, and there are some things that are important to know, and I need to make some more videos, but the biggest thing is you need to watch the videos that show you how to use it, even if it's going to be you can use your iPad as a sidecar. Yeah, I've heard about that. I need to look into it. And you need to watch the videos and make sure you know how to use it before it's necessary, because there are a lot of people that get into the group and they're like, I have to do class in 5 minutes. I don't know how to get into class. And it's not hard. And it just takes a little bit of time to get yourself into it. But make sure you know how to do it ahead of time. Don't wait until it's an emergency. The other thing I like about the iPad is, like, say the power goes out and you have to scramble. The iPad's so easy. You can take it with you. You can use it. It's just amazing that you can do this job on this little tiny iPad and you'll be fine. I also do have a Bluetooth keyboard. I use my AirPods and I use my Bluetooth keyboard. So I definitely recommend a touch screen. Yeah, I don't have a touch screen, but my touchpad is awesome. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. It doesn't help that you can only enter the classroom 10 minutes before the class start time. Yeah, that is really rough. That is something new within the last few months, and it's kind of bad. Because I can remember when I first started, I set everything up like the day before and opened the camera and checked on everything. They've made a lot of changes, and we just have to go with it. There's reasons why they've had to clamp down on things. And so I know that there's been a lot of reports, like when we could open the camera sooner, things would happen in the home and people were reporting things. And they probably figured, let's just not allow that capability, which I don't blame them. I don't really want to know what's going on in their home anyway, honestly. So anyway, this is my coffee. I always use a non-spill mug. It still happens. Yeah, it does happen. So anyway, so today I wanted to talk about, first of all, the iPad news. I also have over 2,500 people in this group, which is really awesome. And a lot of people come in there as new teachers, which is cool. But I just want to recommend to you guys, if you do refer people and they do go into the group, make sure that you recommend that they watch the videos. I do need to redo a couple of the videos because there are a few new things. But I also have appointed a new administrator, Sarah I don't know how to say her last name. Sarah Grotchelschkin, something like that. But she has been awesome. She goes in and helps people, tells people what they need when I'm not there. And she's really good with tech stuff. And Annette Parks, she's been really good and helping people as well. So I have her as a moderator. So that's really cool. So I wanted to give them a shout out. And I also talked about the feedback on your phone. I also have another video on my YouTube about feedback on your phone, just a really quick video. And I also wanted to give a shout out to some YouTuber friends. First of all, the YouTubers group. Now, I don't know how many of you are in the YouTubers group, but Evelyn Joy has started a YouTubers group, which is really cool because if you're a new YouTuber, you can go into that group and you can get 100 subscribers like in a couple days because everybody there is there to support each other, which is really cool. And so, and then we also give announcements on what types of YouTube videos are going up, what people are doing. So this isn't just about supporting other people. We can learn from each other. We can help each other. We can improve with each other's stuff. I mean, there's some really amazing video makers in that group. And everybody's just improving so well. So I just wanted to give a shout out. And Danny here, Happy Farms, Louisiana, is a holdout, I'm not going to do Facebook person, but she has an awesome channel with some really great stuff. And she's very supportive of all of us, even though she doesn't do Facebook. So it's possible to not do Facebook and still be successful on YouTube. Hey, Kim. So I wanted to give a shout out to a couple new YouTubers. And I wanted you to check out Cindy Plummer. Now, she did not give me, I did not tell her I was going to shout out to her. So if she watches this video, she'll see it. But she did a really great video yesterday that was awesome. And it was just kind of 10 funny things that she's learned from this quarantine situation. And not that we want to make light of it, because this is like the hardest thing I've ever lived through in my life. And I am kind of getting old, right? So I've had 13 children. This is hard. This is really hard. And so she says in her video, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but sometimes you need to bring in humor to kind of, lighten up the air a little bit. So I would recommend that you go watch her video. Also, right now, I want you to think of something that is funny, okay, that you can say in the chat box. Because I thought of a couple things that I'm going to say after this. That's what I'm going to add to my talk today. So Cindy Plummer, her videos are great. She's an amazing artist, and I've enjoyed her so much and getting to know her. And after me, Mindy Danforth is going to give a 100 subscriber giveaway video. So go to her channel. I need to finish up so that when it's her turn, she can take her turn. I think she is at what? I'm at 9 o'clock. Yeah. So go to her channel and support her. And I love her videos. She is an amazing video maker. She's so interesting. She has a wonderful farm that she has some great videos. She loves animals. Funny, my husband is driving me nuts. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Heather, I'm doing great. Kim, thanks for asking. Very good. Teacher Mindy Danforth, how do we enter the contest? Yeah, good question. At 9. So she's going to be at 9. So she has a giveaway. I still have to do my 200 subscriber giveaway, but I'm not ready to do that today. So you'll have to stay tuned. I also want to give a shout out to our regulars like Kelly, Tag, and Danny, Happy Farms, Louisiana, and Kim T, and Evelyn Joy, and Christy Carter. Christy Carter has been doing some great videos lately, and I love her encouragement. And Teacher Casey, who's doing a lot of interviews. And also the people from the Good Fortune Box. And Paula Gross, I want to thank her for the free Good Fortune box I got from her giveaway. That was her giveaway for her however many subscribers. Teacher Heather, I actually bought a few years ago. Good. Okay. So does anybody else here a YouTuber? I'm not sure, Amy Lou. I know I have some friends that come here that don't do Facebook. And thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you coming. Thanks for the shout outs. Love the love in our community. Yeah. And that's what we need to do. We need to encourage each other. You know, I have a video. Evelyn gave the challenge to do 10 things that we're thankful for, 5 things that you want to work on during this time of quarantine. And that really got me thinking. And as I thought about the YouTube friends, you know, one of the comments that I thought of was, you know, we didn't know how much we would need each other when we first became friends. You know, I mean, I started following Evelyn, I don't know how long ago it was. I know it was in the summer because I remember listening to her videos. So it's probably been a year or something. And, you know, we've become friends. We've prayed for each other through some things. And yeah, it's been over a year and a half maybe. And we just never realized how much, 2 years, wow, time flies. We just never realized how much we're going to need each other and how we can use this connection for support, you know, because we do have our in-life friends, but, you know, everybody's busy. It's crazy. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about today was I have been able to use my VIPKID skills in order to teach my granddaughter. They live a little over an hour away and they're quarantined in another state. And my granddaughters had trouble reading. And just before all of this came out and we were all stuck at home, my daughter, my granddaughter's 6 years old, but my daughter was so distraught because she was told by the teacher that her daughter might have to stay back in the first grade because she's not reading. She doesn't really get it, you know, and she's struggling. And I have 13 children. I've seen some of them struggle. I've seen some of them read without even, you know, showing them anything. They figured it out on their own. So I've seen all the different styles of children, styles of learning, and I'm like, okay, I know what category this girl is in. And so, but I'm like, you know, we can work with her. And so I used my VIPKID skills, my Zoom skills. So we got on a Zoom chat and we just did basic VIPKID stuff. I have, we each have the same book. So this is the book right here. And this is a kind of a beginning reader. And so she has the book, I have the book, and we're on this page. So we read it together. Each page or each section has some words to practice. We study the sounds. I don't know about dyslexic because she's catching on. She's doing better already, and we've only had 5 lessons. So I'm thinking that she just needs more practice and like in a lighthearted way, you know? So we've been doing this, and what I'll do is I'll come on and we'll sing a song. We will, I'll share a funny story, or let's see, some kind of story to start with. And then we will get into the reading. We will do some spelling. We'll do some special sounds. And we'll do games. I do like rewards. Like the first day I did the monkey with the bananas, and I will show her rewards. I asked her if she wanted dogs or princesses yesterday. She wanted dogs. So we showed dogs. We did the brain breaks just like we do for VIPKID. And then at the end of class, I get her with her brother, and I'm reading right now. I'm reading this Amelia Bedelia. So that's really fun. So I read them a story after. So it takes about 1 hour is what I've been spending with her every day. Oh, and she loves tic-tac-toe. She is just a tic-tac-toe lover. So I have a bunch of these tic-tac-toes, which are right at her level of reading and everything. So I use these. These are my VIP Kid things. I've not even used these for VIP Kid, but I use them for her, so they came in handy. I got these from Teachers Pay Teachers. And so I just wanted to give you guys that idea. If you have a friend that has a reader that needs help, I'm thinking maybe someone would even pay you for that, that you could take an hour session and teach a class online. You could make up your own little program. And people are stuck homeschooling that did not want to homeschool. So hopefully they can use this time to be creative and not just let it go, and not to just let their kids, play video games for the next 6 months. Dyslexia is severely underdiagnosed. The schools don't like it to diagnose it because they don't get the funding. And listening and working on a dino family painting. Awesome, Evelyn. At least a lot of schools don't get the funding for it because it is something that can be reversed. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have kids that struggle. I have my I have a sister-in-law that kind of struggled with reading, and actually her mother struggled with reading at the beginning, but she's an amazing reader now. Like once she got it and she found books that she wanted to read, she was reading like nonstop. And so I feel like, yeah, it's trouble with reading, but we're just going to keep working with her. And, but my daughter said she's already made a great improvement. There have been studies done on this and how well it works. Yeah. So I'm just so thankful that God prepared me for this. Like I am making an income through VIP Kid, but I'm also learning new skills. And that's when I first started VIP Kid, that's what it was about. If nothing else, I'll learn something. I'll learn about ESL. I'll learn something new about teaching. And I have not been disappointed at all. Even if it's scribbling while listening to classical music. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Listening and working. Okay. So I wanted to, there was something else I wanted to say. I can't remember what I was going to say. So anyway, that's what I was going to say. How did your classes go? A few weeks ago, I was just taking priority bookings and filling in with short notice. I've noticed that my short notices are not booking. How about you guys? I've gotten a few short notice with trials, which is good. I want trials. I'm fine with that. But like tonight, I have all open, short notice slots open. And so far, I only have one trial at 10 p.m. So I'm a little bummed about that. But it's okay because I have like Monday is completely booked. Tomorrow I have 5 classes. Mine are no problems here. Thank goodness. Oh, that's good. So I'm one of the not so loved teachers. That's okay. Short notice, not booking at all. Yeah. So what I'm going to do tomorrow for the frenzy is I'm going to just open up all my slots. I'm not going to leave anything. Yeah, I had some holes in my schedule. Okay, Danny. Yeah, I'm not going to leave any openings for short notice because the short notices are not filling. And maybe they don't want to pay short notice. They don't have to now, right? So there's plenty of teachers that are opening slots. I have been taking advantage of students being home for the past couple of months and teaching at least 100 classes a week. Wow. I have barely been getting scheduled with VIPKID, so no short notice, few bookings, last 2 friends. Oh, no, Kim. Well, I'm glad you have iTutor. God's taking care of you by giving you that iTutor. I don't have another company right now. Kids are going back to school. B&M teachers are opening slots. Yeah. I haven't heard of any kids going back to school yet. Amanda, good job. You're fully booked. Awesome. Yeah. So I'm pretty well, like for what I want to do, I am booked. But like tonight, I usually do 4 or 5 on a Saturday night, and I only have one booked right now, which is a trial, which is at 10 o'clock. So it is what it is. And I don't do overnights. I can't do overnights. I just can't function like that. So, awesome with the iTutor group. I get some short notice, mostly trials. If anyone is, on here is watching and you want another company, Kim T does iTutor group, and you can contact her for more information. And I know that Danny and Kelly also do VIPKID. Are you guys still doing VIPKID? One of my kiddos said she goes back April 12th. Wow. Yeah, I'm exhausted and have no life. Yeah, I have kids at home, so we're trying to do homeschooling, and we're doing Google Classroom with them. So that's a little tricky because they have to do their assignment, upload it onto the Google Classroom. And one of their teachers is pretty good techie and everything. And he's like, just do this, this, and this, watch this video. It's like, I don't have time to sit down and learn a completely new skill when you could just tell me quickly. Like, he doesn't get it. We're VIPKID teachers. We help each other every day for free, like all day long. So, but we're getting the hang of it. 1 week. Some of them, like the teachers wrote back and said they didn't do their assignments. And I'm like all mad at my kids for not doing it. But then they did do it, but they just didn't press turn in. So it's kind of cool to think that America is now online. All right, so I have like 5 minutes left to this video. And what are some things that you have learned so far in your quarantining? So I have a couple of things. One thing is we can learn from home. Yeah, I've been telling my kids that for 25 years. Like, you can learn anything in America. You don't even need to go to those big buildings. You can learn online. We've got books. You've got the internet. Anything you want to learn, you can learn it. Yeah, and we can do anything we want online. Different ways to make beans and rice. Oh, awesome. Yeah, my husband has been buying food, so I have not had a hard time with food yet. That could change, but I have lots of beans, lots of rice for if it comes to an emergency. But he has been working and he's been going to the store. So we have not had any shortage of food at this time, and we also do have toilet paper. The only thing I'm afraid of with the toilet paper is we have a septic system, and I'm just hoping it doesn't get clogged with all the toilet paper. Like, that's my secret fear. What if the septic tank goes bad? Then what are we going to do? We get toilet paper, but where are we going to put it? So, different ways to make homemade bread. Oh, that's awesome, Heather. Research on gardening, different ways. Yes, Heather, awesome. I love that. Okay, another number 2 was we don't need the large buildings. Now, in my town, we keep building buildings, and we keep one breaks down, they just build a new building. It's so stupid. So it's like we don't need those big buildings. We just need to educate our children, right? Which we're doing right now. We are building an outdoor shower with rain barrel. Oh, cool. Rainwater barrels. That's awesome. Throw toilet paper in the trash can. Most countries do that. My family is from Ecuador, so we do too. We don't throw it in the toilet. Oh, good idea. But you probably live in the city. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I should probably tell my kids that, because since we haven't been home and we can go other places, it's not as taxing on the septic system. So now that we're home every day, tell your husband to get rid X for your toilet. It will fix it. If the septic breaks, then use a gallon of water for pressure. Yeah, but the septic goes into the ground. So if it gets clogged or something like that, nothing's going to help. Usually we use the 1-ply, and he bought the 2-ply on Amazon, which I never would have done. So anyway, the next thing is, people are talking about how the government takeover. I mean, I guess if you think about it, it could happen because they're getting us all poor, needy, and, ruining our economy. But on the other hand, the government needs us. Like, there have been years that my kids have been at home and they think that, they don't have to obey their parents because the government's going to help them, like save them from their parents. That sounds really bad, but, when kids are in a bad way, they think, I don't have to listen to you. And right here, it's like the government's saying, keep your kids home. They're your kids. Take care of them. Keep them alive. We'll talk to you later. I mean, it's funny, not funny, right? It's funny, not funny, in my opinion. This is not funny. We do need God. God is showing us right now that we do need God. The government has been protecting us, yes. The government doesn't need us. We are humans. They're going to need people to be minions. We had a septic tank when we lived in Georgia and we used Rid-X once a month. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. And, the other thing is we are going to see, this is serious. We're going to see new things grow from this. Okay. Like, Americans are survivors, and I just believe this, that we are going to be okay. Like, we are going to figure it out. New things are going to grow out of this. Look at the teachers, all these teachers, public school teachers, they're probably loving this. I can actually teach, I can give them their work, and I don't have to do crowd control. And they're learning new things. And, I'm not loving it as much for my kids because I feel like, I'm feeling the strain of they just give the assignment. I have to make sure it gets done. That's the hardest part, making sure it gets done. But on the other hand, we are going to figure this out. Businesses are going to change. There's a restaurant in our town, and thank you, Danny. There's a restaurant in our town that has been on TV. It's called Tuckaway Tavern. You could look it up online. It was on one of those restaurant shows. And we live in a tiny town. Like, nobody knows about our town. It's like you drive through it and you're like, what town was that? Was that a town? But because of this restaurant, people come from miles around. Even the day before the state shut down, people were flooding into that restaurant. And I just read this morning before this live that they have reworked their whole system. They cannot have a sit-down restaurant, but they can give takeout. So they are putting together packets, and they are taking online orders, and people are coming by and they are buying this stuff. So they are going to stay in business. They are going to find a way to help people, give people what they need and want, and we are going to get through this. So plant foods, yes, I have some seeds going. And it's still really cold out, but I need to get into the garden and start preparing the area. I have a place where I usually plant stuff, but it's kind of grown over at this time. So digital currency will be introduced. Read the stimulus plan and bill HR 6379. Okay. So, and I believe things are going to change, but our hearts are still going to be the same. And we are still humans, and God can take care of us no matter what else is going on around us. So I'm just going to hold on to that thought. And I'm going to hold on to the fact that I love the Lord. He promises never to leave me and never forsake me. And I have read stories in history, down through history. As a matter of fact, another video that I'm going to be coming out with is, I've already recorded part of it, is just an encouragement to never say can't. I can't do something, I can't do that, but I can, and God will get me through this, and we will be okay. I'm just going to hold on to that. I mean, there are scary days, scary times, because we're not used to it. I mean, I read a story of a woman. She said, my mother lived through World War II, and she's like, this is just a hard thing, so to her, it's familiar. To us, my age and under, it's not familiar at all. We've never had to deal with anything majorly hard up until this point. And so I am staying safe. I'm staying home, and I'm trying to stay positive. And if there's anything I read that is scary or gets me all like anxious, I'm just not going to go there, because It's not going to change anything if I know about it. It's not going to change anything. It's just going to make me anxious. So I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to pray my brains out, and I'm going to stay connected with my encouraging friends. We need God, and we do need to start living a more simple life, you know. My daughter, who is staying home with her 3 kids, she's like, you know, this is the kind of life we lived, because I did keep my kids home a lot. But we still got sick. We got chicken pox. We got lice 3 times. And we stayed home most of the time. So that's why with this, I'm not saying I'll never get it, because I've gotten other things. Back to basics, growing potatoes. Yeah. Don't pray your brains out. Pray my heart out, maybe. Pray my knees. Now, I would like to ask you to pray for my husband, because he had an eye problem a while back, and he woke up and his eye was hurting. So he's been able to work, but you know, that's really painful, and I don't know how much the doctors are actually doing. And so just really keep him in prayer, because that's the biggest thing, is if you get sick with something else, they're going to consider it as not important. So yeah. And my mother, when I feel fear, I just grow more food. Yeah. Good job, Danny. And yeah, my mother has some pre-existing conditions. And so I'm praying for her too. So yeah. So pray for everyone, pray for each other, and trust God that he will get us through. So it's time to go see Mindy on her YouTube page. So I will see you later. Thank you guys for coming. Goodbye. Have a great day.